Finally, it seems like Instagram's been doing their homework for the first time ever, because our old friend and chief IGer, Adam Mosseri, announced basically 3 new major features, and all of them are geared towards helping creators get more reach, become better creators, and especially the last one's a banger that I've been waiting for a long time. First of all, being a whole new Instagram editor that actually looks pretty similar to CapCut. If you don't know, by the way, CapCut is owned by TikTok, and there are some rumors going around that using CapCut for Instagram Reels will lower your reach because, yeah, they can snatch the metadata and they see, oh, CapCut, oh, competition, oh, bad. To be honest, I don't really think this is true. I'm still doing research on that matter. But you never know, right? It's because it's weird. Anyway, now the Instagram Reels editor is starting to become really great, and actually using it to some extent will help you get more reach. Let me explain. You probably know it, but Instagram doesn't really like content that's being reposted from another app, talking about watermarks like TikTok. And talking to somebody, maybe from the Instagram team, right? Seems like you get somewhat of a boost or at least positive flag from the Instagram algorithm if you use their own Reels editor to create content, because using it is actually a strong indication that you create dedicated content for Instagram, right? And that it's not repurposed from another app. With that being said, the new editor just makes things so much easier just to create better content. We all know how glitchy and pretty bad it used to be honest. And now taking a look at it, it's starting to look pretty great. For example, now we finally have a reel editor, we have video over the audio, right? We can finally edit this audio, making it actually pretty intuitive to even change the duration, for example, and where it actually starts. Because that was some of the biggest issues, getting some of these trending audio clips to sync up, if you know what I mean. Now, talking about trends, there's another new feature. Not everybody has it yet, but basically what they do now is they show you Reels trends right within the app. Worldwide global trends to give you inspiration. Now here's the thing, Reels trends have somewhat changed over the past few months. And while I think it's pretty important to incorporate trending Reels into your content strategy, right? Especially because they're easy to create, first of all, helping you get your consistency up, and then training the algorithm. More dedicated, sort of more original kind of content, like I mentioned in the last video, is getting more and more important. We're going to talk about this in the last part of this video too. And one thing I've noticed creating my own weekly Reels trend reports and content reports for about a year now already is that there's also a difference within trending Reels. Let me explain. Lots of people don't understand that you can use and you should use a trending audio clip while still creating original content around, and that's where I think this whole trending game is heading towards. By the way, if you want to take the guesswork out and not only get trending Reels ideas, right, and hooks, but also breakdowns and content prompts on how to use these trends to get the maximum exposure to create your content and build your fan base, check out my weekly Reels trend reports and content reports. First 3 people who sign up down there get a whole year free. Can you imagine that? Now, the last of these 3 creator-focused updates is the big banger, if you ask me, because understanding and utilizing this will make or break your account and your strategy, and this thing alone will get a lot of you guys out of your shadow ban, right? Or period of low reach. I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but we finally have watch time metrics on Instagram in your analytics. Now, I'm not 100% satisfied still because we still don't have a retention graph, right? That's one reason why I tell people from my creator mentorship, for example, to always upload their videos also on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, because then we can really take them apart and see where people dropped off exactly and create better videos according to this. But these 2 stats that we do get are still really important just because it's the first time we see it hands-on on Instagram. How do our followers and viewers actually interact with the Reels? And those 2 stats might actually hurt some of you guys personally. Understanding what they mean. And those 2 things are watch time and average watch time. So let me give you a quick rundown on what these metrics actually mean and how you can instantly tell something's wrong or right with your video content. First of all, first one, watch time is basically every second of every view counted together, right? By itself doesn't really say that much. The only thing being, the more absolute, the more watch time you get throughout all of your content, the better, because you make people stay on your content longer, especially if you compare it to the reach versus plays to see whether you get people to watch your content multiple times over, because that's what the algorithm really likes these days. The more important metric though is the average watch time, meaning on average, how long did people watch this specific reel. And now we finally get some insights to see if your content really sucks. Can't wait to take a look at you guys' content in some live stream that we're gonna do, by the way, pretty soon, hopefully. Because let's say your reel is 30 seconds long and your average watch time is 4 seconds. Well, not looking good for you. Or even worse, if you ask me, if you have a 7 or 5 second reel and your average watch time is 1 or 2 seconds. Ugh. Horrible, but still interesting and important to understand and to try to act accordingly. Here's the thing, it's not rolled out entirely yet. Some of your older reels though might have it already in them right now. Just check it out, check a few of them out. Not all have it, but basically your main objective from now on creating reels content should be getting both of these numbers as high up as possible. Because like I mentioned in my previous video, seems like reels are actually getting longer and the algorithm starts to prefer slightly longer content on average. I've gotten a lot of comments and DMs from other creators about this since the last video. For example, Oliver Norton said, I grew from 30K to 1.1 million followers this year. Most videos with over 10 million views were 30 seconds plus. Just to put this out there again. And a lot of my clients at the Creator Mentorship who not only blew up, but also the ones who are getting steady growth, right? And more reach finally, all have longer reels incorporated into their strategy. And actually just earlier today, I found a very interesting tweet from Patty Galloway, who analyzed a few thousand YouTube shorts actually, and even though it's a little bit different, the whole thing. The trend just shows where we're going with this because he also found out that longer shorts perform much better than shorter ones. For example, in his study, 0 to 10 second shorts had an average of 77,000 views, whereas 50 to 60 second ones had an average of 1.7 million views, right? That's just crazy if you think about it. And it's actually pretty much the same results that I found here on Instagram as well. Now, of course, getting these stats will only be possible for you if you get the average watch time up and serve your audience with banger content. And if you want to learn how to get this up, learn how to create a working content strategy according to all my recent data and insights for your specific situation, I'm actually starting a brand new run of my 10 weeks mentorship program where we're going to completely transform your Instagram content strategy. We'll have weekly calls filled with strategies, implementation, and actually a lot of feedback because that's pretty important. And you'll also get to hop on a private one-on-one strategy session with me too. It's starting at the end of next week. And depending on when you watch this, we might not do another one this year. And right now we have about 7 spots left. So, make sure to hop on a free call with my community manager, Florian. Link is down below or here if it works. And if you missed the latest algorithm change that literally just happened, adding on these things that we just talked about, watch this video right there.